down the years. As recently as last week, there were stories circulating that he was on the verge of selling out. For the moment, he's still in charge, and he's been talking to David Tanner.
Recent results have given Hearts and controversial Chief Executive Chris Robinson something of a feel-good factor. The main catalyst for that has been the form of Ricardo Fuller. Robinson is trying to finance a deal to keep the loan signing at the club on a permanent basis, but the Jamaican's medical record is a concern.
He's made a huge contribution in the last few months since he's come here. He's been a wee bit of a breath of fresh air and quite an exciting talent.
The big question is, will he be here next season?
Well, that's a question that I can't answer at this time because we're obviously, we've got him here till the end of the season on a loan deal, and we're examining whether we can in any way, shape or form fund keeping him till on a longer contract.
Is he a risk?
Well, he has had a difficult period, and he's only just coming back to the game after quite a serious back injury, so we have to take that risk into account in our overall assessment.
Of course, the player and his agent can use Hearts as a shop window, if you like. Is there something at the back of your mind which says that he might have an option elsewhere, and by that I mean England next season?
Well, that's always going to be the possibility. Everybody, agents included, want to do the best for themselves and their clients. At the moment, he's a Hearts player. I would simply say let's enjoy what he's doing here at Hearts just now, and if we can do something, fine. If he doesn't, we're not a one-man team. There's 10 other good players in the team at any one time, and he just adds a different dimension, but Hearts are not just a one-man team.
Hearts would rather they didn't have to buy in players in the future. The club plans to build an academy at Heriot-Watt University. Like Rangers Murray Park, it'll be moulded on the facilities at Blackburn and Middlesbrough.
One of the important pieces of the jigsaw passed last week with planning permission being granted by Edinburgh Council, and that's an important step. It's been a long period in the planning. The designs are finished, the plans are ready, the contractor we're discussing final details with the contractor, and we hope to be starting work within the next 10 or 12 weeks, possibly even sooner. And by this time next year, our academy should be up and running, and certainly the work on all the pitches will take place over the summer.
And Robinson intends to be at the club for the completion of the training facilities at the academy. He insists that stories which suggest he'll soon offload his 19% share in the club are wide of the mark.
Every year in football, people come along to the club, or to myself in particular, and say they'd like to get involved. But how serious these discussions are often very tentative. And what I can say is there is no serious situation either in recent months or on the horizon that I think that will mean that either a group will come in, buy my shares or invest in the club. So these stories come out from time to time, and we live with those.
Do you want out at this time? Because you've had to endure some fairly unpleasant protests over the last year or so when Jim Jeffries was sacked and after the defeat against Livingston this season.
I think it goes with the territory, David. Chief executives are not designed to be popular. We've got to be effective, and sometimes that means that we take difficult decisions. And I'm no different from any other chief executive. It's not been an easy time at Hearts, but there's lots of great challenges. As we said earlier, we've got this academy to get built over the next year, solve the stadium problem in the longer term at Hearts. So as long as there's plenty of challenges, I'm very happy to continue. And as long as the board and those people who see what I do from day to day keep their faith in me, then I'm very happy to continue here at Hearts.
So Tynecastle will be Hearts' home for now, and the ground will have something of a new look for the visit of Rangers and Sky Sports cameras on Saturday. The badly worn pitch has been replaced with new turf.
The stadium here at Tynecastle, with its very high stands, doesn't allow us to grow grass as well as we'd like to, and we had a very rough period over the December period where we had about 5 or 6 games a weekend every Saturday on the pitch. Cold weather, a lot of rain, a lot of poor conditions, the undersaw heating, and the pitch deteriorated very rapidly. But we've bitten the bullet to returf it, and I'm sure that for the match with Rangers you'll see a good playing surface.